Talking Again podcast.
I know, and then for right now, we're just trying to like concentrate on working on the next issue after this issue 3. Getting that ready, because now we're gonna have more features and more artists on that one. But we want to try to concentrate. Eventually, our goal is to get big names on the magazines, like FX people that do makeup, people that do events, the big ones, maybe even some actors. So we have all these ideas that we're jotting down. We don't want it just to be just a magazine where it's like, oh, it's just like you didn't put any work into it. We're putting a lot of more work into these next few issues, and that's why I want to work with newer models for this year.
Talking again, yeah. Welcome to the podcast. Might talk a little shit, get a little brash. Might drink a little bit, smoke a little bit, vibe a little bit, laugh a little bit, yeah. Hosted by Fidel. Tell it like it is, only tell it real. Live every Tuesday, you know the deal.
What's up, everybody? This is Fidel Talking Again podcast. We're here in another edition of the Tap. In studio, I have to my left Mr. Raul Paredes. I remember the way that your stepson says it, Raul.
Yes.
Raul. Yeah.
Yes,
but
right.
he is
remembering.
Rawl of the Dead on Instagram, everywhere else.
Yes.
To your fans, you're Rawl of the Dead.
Yes.
You have a lot of fans.
I don't know. Do I?
Well, you did mention that you got that moment where you're at a store and then
a few times,
and then someone was like, "Hey, Raw of the Dead," and you're like,
"Yeah."
what?
They just call me by my Instagram. I'm beginning to call people by their handles because I don't really know everybody's names sometimes, and sometimes they don't put their name on their Instagram. So I'm like, oh, that's the one, the whatever the Instagram name is, and I'm like, I don't know their real name though. So when I even do shoots, I'm like, what's your real name? And then you find out their name's like, oh, it's just a normal name. It's like I didn't even think about that.
I always try to ask for their actual name so that when I put them on my contacts, because I put everybody on my contacts. If they give me a number or text me, right away I say, please send me your full name so I can record it.
Yeah.
And so I put their full name, and then on my notes I put the handle.
Yeah.
You know,
I kind of do that with the name, and then I'll put AKA whatever it is.
Okay.
So when it pops up on my phone, I know who it is.
Right.
You know, because sometimes there's people that have that I know like a few Jens.
Yeah.
Like there's Jennifer. So I'm like, okay, I have to put their Instagram name.
Yeah. Just
so it can differentiate. And I've done it where I've texted the wrong person.
Oh.
I go, hey, are we shooting tomorrow? I was like, oh, I don't know. Are we? I go, oh, wrong person. Sorry. I was just checking.
You told me you were busy.
I know.
You get some of those? No. Thanks for coming on.
Yes, thanks for having me again.
Thanks for coming back.
We said, it was over a year ago, I guess.
It was over a year ago.
Yeah.
A lot.
Well, thanks. I didn't know. I didn't think I'd be back. It seemed like it just wasn't that long ago I was here. So I was like, you sure you want to have me on? I mean, I don't think I'm that interesting, but I appreciate it.
Oh no, I think you're very interesting. I think I really enjoyed the playback when I heard it, and I was like, I can't wait to ask you some questions as far as like some of the things you said you wanted to get into in the near future, which is now. You know, you're fast forward a year later. For example, you know, one of the things that you had said was you're trying to get a studio, your own studio.
Yes.
Now, I know with this pandemic, it's been really hard to even probably shoot in a studio. I'm sure you probably had to do a lot of outdoor stuff, wearing the mask and.
Well, I wasn't even doing shoots at all.
So you stopped?
Yeah, but nobody wanted to. I mean, I didn't want to shoot, and I think last year at this time, I had shoots set up all the way till May. Everything I had paid stuff. Throughout the whole year, actually. Yeah. So it went through the summer, all the way to December. So the only places that weren't booked so far was August. Yeah. In 2020. So I had everything booked.
Damn.
And a lot of them were paid stuff. And that quickly all just went away in March.
Were you able to get like a deposit back?
They gave me some deposits, and we're still waiting for this year so they can redo some of the events or even weddings, whatever it was that we were going to do. They're still working out stuff for this year. Okay. So anything else that I was going to be paid for just got canceled. So there was no change of money at all. So, and then some of the events I was going to vend at, no events, obviously.
How many did you have? A lot planned, or
I only had 2 planned.
Okay.
But I was gonna do Midsummer,
Mm-hmm.
and I was talking to the creator of Midsummer about possibly doing just like a little photo booth type of area where I can do a background, maybe even bring in some cosplayers to take pictures with, and then we could share it on the Midsummer Scream website. And he was giving me some ideas at Haunt X. Haunt X was about a year ago, February, because it was February 27th. That's when we did Haunt X both days, and that's where I met him.
Right before, no, they closed down what? Yeah, like February.
This was I remember Haunt X we did. That's the last event that ever kind of happened. It was
in March when they closed stuff down, right?
Early March,
yes.
Early
March, okay.
So the Halloween Clubs was another one, the Spook Show in La Mirada. As a matter of fact, I already put my deposit for that. I haven't gotten that back.
No.
But I emailed the girl and she said, we still want to go through with it.
Okay.
Just when things are safe. Right. So if you want, we'll give you your deposit back. I go, no, it's not like I'm missing it. Yeah. So I would still like to be involved in that. So the Witch's Brew, I was supposed to do 2 of them, and those both got canceled. So like everything just got canceled all of a sudden. Like I was like, damn, I was just prepping for 2020 to do all these things, and then the magazine, I had just kind of launched a magazine. So
wait, when was the first issue for the magazine?
I believe it was around April, I think.
Oh, damn.
I think so. We only did 2 last year.
Yeah. So you had everything produced. It's just that and then when you put it out in April, and then you got.
We had it all done because we had so many photos to choose from, and but then for issue 3, towards the end of the year, we wanted to do something in October. But you saw how it was in October and November. It was just like the numbers were skyrocketing. So we all kind of wanted to just let's not do any magazines, right? Let's concentrate on our families. Christmas is coming up, Thanksgiving. Let's push the magazine till the new year.
Yeah.
So just coming January, we started working on it, and I submitted the images that we did in 2020. And then Michelle Halloween, she is like my editor-in-chief, so she's pretty much the person doing the whole magazine.
Yeah.
I just submit the pictures pretty much.
Oh, nice.
And I have some input in as far as how I want the layout, and what features I want. And so we're growing it a little bit more because this magazine, she just showed it to me about 2 days ago on the computer. And I was like, this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
What the hell how did you come up with all this stuff?
Yeah.
Like just the way she did the layouts, the little, how do you call it? The little subtexts of what people are saying, or even the titles of some of the pictures.
Yeah.
She just did an amazing, it just stepped up like so much from the other magazines issues. So I'm like, I can't wait to put this out. So we're just finishing some final touches, and we're hoping to have this launched in a couple of weeks.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, it's gonna be, and we have 2 covers. Right. We have Dani Devine on one, and we have Kelci, who is somebody that I worked with a couple of times, and we did something at the Haunted Hayride, and we weren't supposed to be there, but it was a long hike to get to that Haunted Hayride, which was right there at Bonelli Park, and so it was like about a 40-minute walk, but once we got there, it was like a kid in a candy store. I go, look at all these props. So we took all kinds of pictures, and there's one in particular I like that she did at the ice cream truck, and that was the cover. I go, that's gonna have to be a cover of something. Yeah. I need that somewhere. So when the magazine was about to launch, I go, we have all these options. Yeah. There's even more options. I go, let's just stick to let's do 2, a special edition with Dani, and then the other one with Kelci, and so that's the only difference on the 2 magazines. So 2 different covers, and the one with Kelci she's gonna have a little feature in it as well.
Okay, so it is gonna be 2 editions. So you're gonna have 2 separate prints. Yeah. It's not just like a fold out. Here's one cover, the other cover, right?
No,
2 actual. Okay.
Yeah. So it's 2 magazines.
Yeah. That's cool. So all the locations that you had, like the old gas station, the church, that's all from that hayride. From the
church with Dani, that's somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
The ones with Kelci, where she's like Alice in Wonderland, but like she's like horrored out, and that's all at the hayride.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. That was like, and we didn't shoot with any lights or anything. We just did all natural. And luckily, like, it was cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
So we had no sun. So it was perfect. Like, we don't even need a light.
Yeah.
I brought a light just in case.
Yeah.
I go, we don't even need it. Like this, it's going to look great just flat like that and
Yeah.
just creepy. And all I had to do was edit it the way I wanted it to look. So yeah, I was really blown away that we were able to like walk in there and just get.
And you guys didn't have any no problems, no rangers.
No,
up
people
there?
were hiking and jogging, riding bikes through there. So yeah,
taking pictures of the back behind the scenes.
They were doing that. Yeah,
you're like, tag me, Raw of the Dead.
Yeah, yeah. People were taking pictures like with Kelci too.
Yeah,
like, can we take a picture with you? Like, yeah, go ahead, take a picture, and because they're like, this is cool. That we have a whole background. Yeah. So we had so many things to choose from. Like we almost did one thing at every single set.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's go to this one.
How many models did you have?
Just me and Kelci. Yeah.
Oh, just you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that was a last minute decision because we were going to go to Walnut Creek and shoot. And at the last minute, I go, let's try the haunted hayride. Yeah. I heard from my friend Laura that you can walk over there and nobody will bother you. Mm-hmm. So it just happened to be that Laura was actually there that day at the same time that we were there.
Oh, yeah.
And I've shot with Laura so many times.
Was she shooting or she
was shooting with her friend?
Okay.
And she goes, I saw her. Yeah. I saw Kelci. I go, what? Yeah, I saw a girl in makeup. Well, I was right next to her. You didn't see me?
Yeah.
So you must have not been by her. I go, well, there was a few moments where I was getting ahead of myself and like, I go, well, let's look at this. And I was like trying to see where I can, and she was still walking in the back. And
yeah.
So we might have just missed each other, but that would have been crazy. Like we all ran into each other. Like,
yeah.
I would have done photos of Laura too.
I was going to say, you guys could have done like a little collaboration of.
I know. I didn't even think about it. And I was going to shoot Laura there as well.
Yeah.
But like I said, this was just a last minute decision. And then the haunted hayride went away a couple weeks after that. So, so I wish that set was always there. We could just always take pictures there.
That'd be cool. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, and the one with Dani was at the Paramount Ranch, and that's just a chapel. That's
Paramount Ranch. Where's that at?
It's in Agora Hills.
Oh, okay. And so that's something that's always set up there, like that. Church?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot there Saturday again. I'm shooting now. I've done a couple of shoots there already. So everyone seems to like that aesthetic of that chapel, and I really like it because there's no way you can get inside of it. I think it was built for a movie or a show. They filmed Westworld there. Oh, I've never seen the show, but they said they filmed that there. But what's sad about that Paramount Ranch is like the western town that all burned down from the Malibu fires. I think was a year and a half ago, maybe. Yeah. And everything except for that chapel. So if you go over there, you still see some of the burnt trees.
Oh yeah. Have you used them in some of your shoots? Tried to incorporate that in?
Yeah, but you can't really see it. Like when I try, I go, I gotta take a picture of this burnt tree and like right by it. But then when I take a picture, like you don't really see it too well. There's a spot in the beginning where you definitely can see it, and I think I'm gonna try to do that on Saturday.
Nice.
Because I eventually got to shoot at those trees that are burned.
Yeah.
But every time I go in, I end up going to the chapel, and it's like, then we run out of time. Like we're already here, we already got all our shots. So So I'll try it again on Saturday.
So where do you get all these locations? Like recommendations from other photographers and or other models?
It's always different. I'm always looking out for locations. So
when you're driving around, you're just kind of, that would be a nice good spot.
Yeah, I go on the computer, I Google stuff. Instagram, sometimes I see like where people are shooting. I go, hey, where's that at? And sometimes they'll tell me. But for the most part, we kind of stick to the same locations, just different areas. So it's not like I want to shoot in the same area. I could try to do a different angle.
They don't get territorial. You guys, photographers don't get territorial. Like, oh, this is raw spot, or that's so-and-so spot.
No, there's no, not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, at Paramount Ranch, there's really nothing else you can do but that chapel. Oh. So pretty much, I can't do any other angles. I'm like, well, the best angle is that front angle or anything on the side. But no, I have friends, photographers, videographers that shoot there all the time too, and so they're the ones who told me. No, they won't bother you there because I've been kicked out of there before when it was still the western town there.
Oh, when it was still being used as
the west. I don't know. I think they're having an event and they're really rude about it. They are like, you guys got to leave. Like, all right, and we just started shooting at the chapel. That's where we started, and then we're going to work our way to the western town.
Yeah.
And the security came again when my friend was changing to her outfit. Like, you guys have to leave. And I go, oh, well, we're leaving. It's like, we're not going to call the cops or give you a fine right now. I go, dude, we're leaving. We're just packing up.
Yeah.
You know, they thought we were being shady.
Yeah.
I go, well, she's changing in the back. So that's why she's back there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was like, I haven't gone back since that time until I heard about the fires, and I was like, oh no, that's not, I was really sad about that. And then I shot Dani there, and that's the first time I'd been there in such a long time. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, I forgot how small it is actually. Like, that Western town wasn't that big.
No.
But when it was there, it looked huge. So I was like, that's all it was, just this little strip.
Yeah.
Like, it seemed like it was more than that.
Yeah.
But it's just weird that's not there anymore.
That's how the people that get paid very, very well to make it seem very spacious, or they work with the small area that they have to make it look very good, you know?
Yeah, because I shot Julian there the first time.
Oh, okay.
We went to go shoot there, and I had no problems. But the second time I shot there, that's when I was like, yeah, you got to get out. So,
was that the worst like experience that you had with like, not law enforcement, but you know, someone just telling you like, hey, you guys got to bounce, or has it been any?
I get kicked out of most places, so I'm actually kind of used to it. I actually get a little defensive, like now when somebody shows like, what? I go, you want us to leave? Like,
yeah.
I think when we shot at Sunnyside Cemetery in Long Beach, that lady pulled up, and I was ready. I'm like, she's gonna ask us to leave, and she goes, "What are you guys doing?" I go, "We're doing a photo shoot."
Yeah.
And I was kind of like a little
snarky.
And then she's like, "Oh, that sounds fun." I go, "Is it okay we shoot here?" She goes, "Yeah, you can shoot here. It's no problem." I go, "Can I set up a stand and a light?" Yeah. Like, I want to see the picture. So she was actually really nice about it. I'm like, I'm not used to this. I'm used to being people talking rude to me.
Yeah. So
now I kind of like to shoot there because they don't bother me there.
That's cool.
So, but all the other cemeteries, get out. You know, it's hard. It's hard at cemeteries.
Yeah. Is that? Do you find that part of like the thrill of working, like shooting? I mean, obviously you're shooting. That's what you love to do. But then a little bit of it is also like, you know, you're not really supposed to be there, but you're there. Does that play into it?
I know. I'm. It's hard to describe. I don't like to be bothered when I'm shooting. Like, I don't want that distraction because I'm already thinking about what we're gonna do, what equipment I'm gonna use, what lens I'm gonna use, where the light's gonna go. I have all these things in my head. Yeah. The last thing I need is, am I gonna get kicked out? So it's really more of a distraction that I don't like. Yeah. So I'd rather shoot somewhere where it's safe, that I know that distraction's out. Yeah. And I don't have to worry about that. I could just concentrate on what we're gonna do. So I don't really get a thrill. I get nervous. I'm like, and I don't want to be nervous. I want to do a good job for what we're doing. And I try not to break any laws. You know, if they say, oh, we have to break in here, I go, no, let's not shoot there. Then it's not going to be worth it. You know, it's not going to be worth it for me to bring all that stuff in, and then just to be asked to leave. It's just, that would be just a bummer. Yeah. So where was I at that I thought we were going to have to leave? I think I was shooting at the beach, and there was so many people there. I was just thinking of just scrapping it. Like, where are we going to go, though? Yeah. Oh, I know what it was. It was the tower, the Laguna Beach. It's called the Pirate Tower. And I just shot with my friend. That's the last shoot I just did. I don't know why I couldn't remember. But they had the stairs closed off. So I like...
From the tower?
To get down to the beach, there's these wicked stairs that is very dangerous. Yeah. They're not well made. I was like, and it's in a little
like a cove?
It's what's it called? Like on the top of the hill, there is a bunch of nice houses, beach houses. But you got to go through the street. You got to park on PCH and then walk down this hill and then walk down another hill. Yeah. And then you get to this door. Well, you get to the stairs to go down even further. And then you got to climb rocks, and then you got to go to the tower, and then that's
all with your gear, backpack.
That's the thing. I traveled light.
Okay.
But when I got to where the stairs were, it was boarded up.
Oh.
And I just looked at it. I'm like, what are we gonna do now? This shoot's just done.
Yeah.
But they had a little sign that said, if you want to go to the tower, there was an arrow going this way. And I don't know how far it was. It said, go down this street, go down that. I'm like, how far is this?
Yeah.
I go, is it a mile? So when the model Miranda came, She goes, no, it's just around the corner.
Yeah.
So we walked a little bit more. I go, oh, okay. So we made our way down there, and it wasn't that. I thought it wasn't at the scrap it though.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that, like, maybe I should have done my research and come look at it first. Yeah. But a lot of times I don't have time to research. We just have to go and do the shoot.
Go.
Just go, because like, who's got time to go research?
And then your schedules have to both meet up at the same, for you guys to meet up.
Yeah, she has to take a day off.
Mm-hmm.
I have to make sure I'm free that day to go down there and do it. And so, yeah, it was like, I had a tax appointment that day too. So I had to go home, get ready real quick, and then I had to go all the way to Laguna. So it was like, it was a long day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have like a specific location that you would love to shoot one day? like you've researched it, you've done all the research that you needed to do, and you're like, I need to shoot there.
There's a haunted, not haunted, but it looks like a haunted house.
Yeah.
I found it on Peerspace, and it's perfect. It's got everything. It looks like the Munsters house.
Oh shit.
Like the inside, it's got it's just like, it looks abandoned.
Yeah.
I go, we could do so much stuff here. So I look at how much it is. It is like $250 an hour.
Whoa.
Or $250 or $300. It might have been more.
Yeah.
8-hour minimum.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So you do the math. It's like, it's gonna be like $5,000 or whatever it's gonna be. I'm like,
that's when you call up all your buddies and say, hey, let's do a photo meet.
I was thinking of like, if I could put down like, I don't think I could even put down 500, but like, I thought about that too. If we can all get our money together, but that'd be a lot of people.
Yeah.
So,
is there a limit to how many people you can have in there? Or
I think they reserve those places for camera crews, like people with productions. And then I think I even read, maybe not, but you might need insurance too. So I'm like, we're not doing all that. We're just doing a fun photo shoot. So
yeah, that's the one that you break into.
That's the one you have to break into. Yeah.
That's the one you break into. Is it worth it?
And they won't even give you the location.
Oh, really?
They won't give you the location until you book it.
Yeah.
So they're smart about it. You know what I mean? It was like,
I'm sure it's used for like movies, bigger productions, right? Like videos and.
Yeah, because they have.
Have you seen it in anything like a film or a video, a music video, or anything like that?
No, I don't think I have. Yeah, I feel like that's like the only one. I think there's a couple of like castle type of places that I would love to shoot at. Like, of course, the Hearst Castle would be awesome.
I was just thinking that Hearst Castle.
When I was there, it was like, this is fantastic. Like, I could do so much here.
Same thing though. You got to pay, right? To
probably have to pay. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to pay for your tours, so I can imagine. Like,
the tour that I took, because there's like 4 tours.
I think it's like I think there's 4 tours, but it takes like a total of 3 days to complete all of them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, like, it's not that big of a castle. They just take you to a certain section.
Yeah, right.
And they talk about it. And that's what takes the longest. Is them telling you the
history.
And they're
only, I think, 4 hours long, right? Maybe that's why.
The tour?
Yeah. Each tour?
The tour, this seemed like an
maybe
hour.
Maybe less.
Hour and a half, maybe. Yeah. It didn't seem that long.
Yeah.
But then there's a point where they let you kind of like, I think I took the tour where you can go outside.
Yeah, have lunch and shit like that, right?
No, I don't think you could have lunch, but you can go outside and just take pictures, and then that's the end of it. And then you get back on the bus, and then, but that's another place I would love to shoot at.
Yeah, Hearst Castle.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You said right now that that she has to take a day off, and then you got to take a day off work. So the last time you were here, you were saying hopefully one day you can just do this full time. Not have to go report to anybody at work. I know you had posted something not so long ago that you're no longer where you were at some studio that you were working at.
Yeah.
So are you working somewhere else now?
Yes, I'm working at Blackcraft. Okay. So it's where they get these.
Nice.
They do hoodies.
Blackcraft. Why haven't I heard that before? Where is that? What is that?
They do like clothing.
Oh, okay.
So I work in the warehouse section and audit a lot of the stuff that comes in. But yeah, it's cool because it's closer to home.
Yeah.
My hours are different, and so I get to sleep in, and it's a lot better for me. I went back to my old job today just to go get some supplies because I had a doctor's appointment.
That's right. Today was your Throwback Thursday.
Yeah, Throwback Thursday.
Yeah.
And driving back, just a flashback of all the traffic.
2 hours?
No, but it took me about an hour and 15 minutes. And I left at 2.
Yeah.
And I got home by 3:30, I think.
Yeah.
By the time I went to get my sandwich and everything, I was like, I do not miss this traffic at all. So yeah, no, I'm at a new job. So it's cool. I'm learning some new things there. Yeah. And some of the people there are really, really cool. I love love the people that work there. So they're awesome.
And are they flexible? They work with your schedule, or as far as like
no, I mean they change our schedules once in a while.
Oh,
so
okay.
right now, like my schedule only have like I have one day off during the week and then one day on the weekend, which is fine because that allows me to do stuff during the week that I can't, like doctor's appointments, dentist appointments. And I'm trying to schedule shoots on my days off on like during the week. But a lot of people don't work during the week, so it's kind of hard. I'm barely trying to do that right now.
Yeah.
So there's a few people that said, "Oh, we can do Thursdays." And I go, "Okay, so let me make a mental note, and because Sundays forget it. I work Sundays, and I'm off at 5. So after 5, I don't feel like shooting. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm done. I have a shoot actually this weekend after work, but I don't mind because it's just down the street in the studio, so it should be fine. Yeah. You know, but if I have to go to Laguna and climb rocks, that's not happening after I get off work. You know what I mean? It has to be somewhere where it's like a studio or somewhere simple.
Yeah. Are you still doing collaborations? Because I know we were talking about it last time that a lot of your work is collaborations. Are you still doing that?
A lot of collaborations, yes. This year I want to work with a lot more new people. There's a lot of people that I worked with in the past that I love working with, but this year I want to make sure like I get to work with different people this time and find out how they work, and just to kind of change up things on my feed and the website and the magazine. Yeah, because I want to feature other people, especially if I have the magazine coming out. I don't want it to be like the same person with 3 different, which is fine. I mean, but I want to have it eventually to be where like everybody's different in the magazine. Yeah. So in order to do that, I have to like work with new people. So I have some people that I'm working with in the next couple of months that I'm really excited to work with. Nice. Yeah, they're really like amazing models and really nice, and they want to work with me. Yeah. Which makes a big difference too, because sometimes you'll ask people and then it'll be like, well, let me know, hit me up in a couple months or whatever. Yeah. And then I
usually get paid for this kind of.
You haven't got one of those, like not in a long time. Yeah. But I can understand some of them that get paid because they're huge. You know what I mean? It's like they're huge, and that's fine too. You know, and some of them they're really nice about it too. Though they'll work with me on stuff, and so yeah, we make it work. You know, we make it work.
Mm-hmm. So you haven't had any? You said it's been a while since you had any other bad experiences with anybody and any models. Last time you said that you had a little bit of attitude.
Yeah, a little bit of attitude in the very beginning, but not lately. I think now it's just like, especially with 2020 being the way it was, like we're all just kind of grateful to be like able to do some type of work together. Whether it's collaboration or whether it's I pay them or they pay me, it doesn't really matter. Like as long as we all gel and get along, and they're always fun. We always all have a good time when we do our shoots, and that's what they're kind of like. The feedback I get from everybody is like, it was really fun. You know, it was a fun shoot to do. I'm glad because like sometimes I don't know if they're having fun. You know what I mean? Sometimes we're cold and we're miserable, and I'm like, I don't know if this is fun, but then they go, no, that was actually really fun because you know that's we're doing something like we're trying to bring it together,
and you both are passionate about it, right?
Yes,
you know, especially in the harder themes where. Takes a lot of work doing, like we talked about earlier, doing the makeup, the hair, the costumes, getting everything all ready. Probably not eating for hours because they don't want to mess with the makeup.
That's the thing too. Like you should have one of the models on to find out how that is on their end, because for me, I'm like, I have to schedule it like around where like I got to make sure I eat lunch, because I've gone to shoots where it's 3 hours and it's right around lunchtime, and then I realize I haven't eaten anything. Now I'm starving. That's all I think about now. It's like, I go, why didn't I eat something before? Why didn't I schedule it later so that I could just eat first? Because then I'm just starving. But with the makeup, I mean, like I talked to Sam, who goes by Awkward Supervillain on Instagram, when we were doing the Exorcist shoot, and she was in the makeup for like 3 hours. Yeah. So you gotta feel how that is. You know what I mean? Like, how are you doing it for? Not only that. She was doing a shoot with me, and then with my other friend right after, they were doing video. Shit, yeah. He was doing video with her. And we both have almost a similar style, but very different. It's kind of hard to explain, but we both have the dark style. Yeah. He does more video, and I do more photos, but I'm beginning to do more video as well. So
during your photo shoots? Or
yes, I try to mix it. I try to mix it with the video, and photos now. So so it's fun. It's fun to learn something new with the videos. So with Sam and the Exorcist shoot, Jay, who did the makeup, he was just amazing. Like, if you see his makeup, it's like it should be in cinemas. He's amazing. So I have him featured in the magazine.
Jay is the one that did
Sam's makeup.
Sam's makeup.
They work together a lot. So
she's like a, no pun intended, but a dead ringer for that. I mean, it was perfect. I mean, to me,
yeah, that's cool. That's what we wanted. Yeah,
it looked great. I was like, damn, dude, you really make. Remember, I told you you're the photographer for the dead. You make these people come to life, like in the photos. You know, like it just looks alive. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the thing with that shoot is like it was in Jay's room, so I wasn't sure I was going to work out. So, but I did want to bring like some LED lights. Mm-hmm. Because primarily I want to do more video than photos. Yeah. But you can still take photos with the LED lights. The thing with the LED lights is they're very low power. Mm. But since it was a dark room, it was going to work. So the way it was set up was great. The only thing I messed up on is I didn't do any behind the scenes video. Yeah. And I'm so stupid because I set up my tripod and my camera. It was all set to go. Yeah. And then I got so excited with this shoot. I'm like, oh my God, Sam's doing the thing like this. It's like, I'm doing the smoke. And I forgot to grab the camera and put record. Oh. So I was like, damn. See, I always mess up. Like there's always something I mess up on.
That's when you need an assistant.
I know. And it's hard to find. And I have a few people
Your daughter, she's not into it?
No, my daughter's not going to do that. No, I have people that are really passionate. Yeah. I have a girl named Carissa. I also have George and the other guy that I've why am I drawing a blank on his name? I'm sorry. Because I haven't worked with him in such a long time. Yeah. It's gonna come to me. But the three of them, they help me out sometimes. Yeah. So George has been helping me out a lot lately. So he'll come and he'll help me with the behind the scenes. Sometimes the behind the scenes it's okay to have some of the clips, but when we shot our last behind the scenes, like I felt like the audio didn't sound great. Mm. So I'm going to try to work with that and doing some behind the scenes where it looks a little bit better and maybe have an audio thing for myself. Yeah. Like I think we were talking about that before. Like I need something where I'm always strapped with an audio. Up, yeah. But sometimes I know why I didn't because I forgot it. I forgot my mic. Oh. Yeah.
I've seen someone that has I think it's a Rode. I think Rode mic. It's a Rode mic and it like hangs on their neck like if it was a necklace and like a pendant, and that's the actual microphone. I don't know how they avoid hitting it.
Yeah, because I've noticed that when I do have a mic, I have to be aware because I have the camera strap on. Yeah. So when I'm going like this, it might hit the mic.
You probably got to do Justin Timberlake and just go right here. And
I have one of those. I have one of those.
Baby, bye, bye, bye. No, yeah. So you do have one. It works.
I have one, but I don't know if the audio sounds that great. It sounds better with the lavalier mic. Yeah. So, I mean, I'll figure it out. I mean, as far as behind the scenes, but I actually needed George not to concentrate so much on behind the scenes that day. I remember because it was so windy. I needed him to hold the light. Oh, yeah, that could be the light. The picture was more important than behind the scenes, so that's my rule. And Brittany, who was doing the makeup, I had her doing the light at first, but you know what? She's got to be concentrating on touch-ups and the wings that we had for the model because that was all her. Yeah. So I go, I switched them out. I go, I'm sorry. I go, you don't have to hold that. Like, we'll have George do it and just leave the thing on the tripod. Yeah. The camera falls over. It's okay. It was only $300.
Only.
It was only $300. But I had it spread out so it wouldn't so I wasn't so much concentrating on the behind the scenes that time. But in the coming future, I'll try to make sure that's kind of like a secondary thing. Like I said, but my primary thing is the main subject and not so much behind the scenes. But you're right. I need an assistant. So. Yeah.
Well, someone like George that's helping you out, is that someone that's like a seasoned photographer or more of like an apprentice?
He's like an apprentice. Oh, okay. Yeah. So he's got his camera. He takes pictures too, takes amazing photos. Carissa, she's learning about lighting. She's learning about cinema. She's learning about film. Mm-hmm. So she's always willing to help out too. It's just when everybody's available. Yeah. Sometimes not everybody's available.
Scheduling, man, that's always tough.
It's tough. Yeah. It's tough to get two people. Mm-hmm. But when you get 3 or 4 people, then it starts to become a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, well, let me look at my schedule. So a lot of times I can't get an assistant, especially for the one we did at the Laguna.
Mm-hmm.
There was no way we were going to get an assistant for that. Like, it was just like far. It's far.
Yeah.
And a lot of them live like either in the Valley, LA, and I don't know if they want to drive all the way out there. So sometimes I don't even
unless
ask.
you pay them the big bucks, huh?
I want to try to do a budget where I can pay some people like to help me out, because it's a lot of work.
I mean, if you factor that into your pricing, it's inflation. Things are already going up now.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. Why doesn't it have to go up with your work? Like as far as your worth now, right?
If I'm getting a paid shoot, I kind of factor in if I need an assistant. So when we did the Sweet Sorrow Zombie, I got an assistant for that. And he helped me out with pictures because I was doing primarily video, and he was doing the pictures for me. So it worked out that way, and I paid him as well. So we factored that into the budget. There you go. So yeah, sometimes it works out where the assistant it does really help just to have somebody else there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, anybody. Just if they bring the boyfriend, I'll put him to work. I go hold that light.
Yeah.
Do something. Help me carry something, because the more people, the more things I can use. Sometimes I don't want to bring a lot of stuff because like it might be a hike. Should I bring that C-stand? Should I bring that other softbox? I don't know. Like, how far is this hike? If I have people helping me, it might make it easier for me, you know? Even just at the beach is always windy.
Yeah.
So I always need somebody to hold the light. I mean, I had a heavy light and that wind was still blowing it down.
Damn.
And the heavy stand. So it was a C-stand. So it was like, even with a sandbag, it still was blowing it. That's how hard the wind was.
Well, sometimes even if you have that weight, I've seen it with like canopies. Canopies are a lot more flimsier, but you have that weight on the bottom and it just folds it.
Yeah.
It just folds it. And the weight stays there, but it'll fold it.
And if you try to move the light and you unscrew it, it starts to spin. Oh. Because that's how windy it is.
You might be able to use that to your advantage if you do it right?
But that scares me. I'm like, oh my God, it's spinning. And I'm in charger, like trying to hold on. And I go, damn it, this is how windy it is.
Yeah.
At Paramount Ranch, it was like that. I was like, and then I think when I shot Dani at Paramount Ranch, I didn't use no lights because.
Oh, no, that's what you had good lighting, but that was at Bonelli. Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually lately been using no lights lately. I've just been shooting natural light.
Do you find that you're doing more in post-production when you're doing that?
No, I think I'm doing less, which is weird. Yeah. It just depends on the situation. Like if I think it calls for a light, I always have it with me.
Yeah.
But I noticed like I try not to take it now. Like I go, if I don't have to and just do natural light and post, it's going to look a lot more creepier, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's something about just the natural light that looks flat. And it looks like, I don't know, I can't describe it. It looks a little creepier to me. So,
well, I'll tell you, I had one of my buddies on. Well, I call him my buddy now. I met him through the podcast, but I had him on. Derek Harp. He doesn't use lights. He shoots everything natural light. Yeah, natural light. And he's like, no, he wants to challenge himself to get that right shot.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do much post production, if any. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just knocking everything out. His photography. That's how he does it.
Yeah, that's the thing I've learned. Like, I want to learn both of them, both what works better for me. And so I think the last few shoots I've done, I have brought a light, but I would say the 10 shoots I did before that, it was all natural. Like the one with Kelci, that was all natural. Yeah. Dani, it was all natural. I think I did one with Mary, all natural. Like we didn't use any, like, I think also the 3 elves.
Oh, yeah.
And then the twin clowns. Those are actually coming up on the magazine. All natural. Nice. Except for at the very end, we used some like small little LED lights because it was getting dark. So we busted out those lights and it looked great. So, but we didn't use a whole lot of lights in that one either. And so as long as you have some good shade and not harsh sun, it'll look good.
Yeah, yeah.
You just don't want to, like I said, you just don't want to shoot in with the sun on you. You want that sun to be behind you or on the side. And then you can just bring up the shadows and post and it'll look great.
Nice.
But yeah, I get more with the lights. Sometimes I fill in the shadow a little bit just to kind of compensate because it'll save me some stuff in post.
Yeah.
if I have just a little bit of light. So I've noticed some of the beach shots, like, oh man, I wish I would have just had a little bit of light, just a little bit, just because I'm bringing up the shadows too much, and now it's looking a little bit noisy. So, but that's getting a little bit technical, but
that's very technical photography. There's a lot that goes into it. You don't even think about it, But like the lighting, like you were telling me about, filming behind like a curtain or something like that.
Yeah, if you're shooting like something where like there's a wall and you're right by it, it doesn't look aesthetically doesn't look good.
Yeah.
You always want to create some type of depth into your background.
Is that where people have lights that are shining onto the wall?
Yeah.
Kind of thing?
Oops, sorry. Yeah, sometimes people have that, or different LED lights, colors in the background, which looks also great too. So
right.
So on some of my YouTube videos, I'm trying to do the same thing. Like I'm trying to
right. You say you're trying to work more on videos.
Trying to work on
your tutorials.
How it's tutorials or just vlogs or announcements or like anything I'm talking about.
Congratulations on turning 51.
Oh, thank you.
I did see that.
I know, 51.
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy.
One of your announcements.
My announcement that I'm 51. Yes, I know, because it's just crazy. Like it's I feel like I've lived like 3 lives pretty much, because some of the stuff I've done so long ago is like I don't even know who that person was anymore. Yeah. Like, and that was like it seems like it was 3 lifetimes ago. Like I'm in a whole different mindset in the last 3 or 4 years, where my mindset's just a little bit different than it was like 10 years ago. Yeah, it's just so weird. Like, it's like every 10 years, I feel like that was like a long time ago. I don't even know who that person was anymore. Like I start thinking about some of the stupid things I did. I'm like, who was that person? Like, why did I do some of that stuff? So sometimes I'm still judged by some of the things I did when I was young. And so, yeah, I'm like, that's not even me. Family. Yeah, of course.
Well, family's always going to judge, So
yeah. So like,
I know, I remember watching your video and just thinking like, wow, this, you really put it out there, like, and you didn't sugarcoat anything. You said exactly what you were feeling and how you felt. And I thought that was very genuine of you. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing with the when you get older, you start getting perspective on how your life is, and like you could still act young, you know what I mean? Even though I am old, I mean, I could feel it. My muscles, like I don't recover as fast, you know what I mean? I don't drink anymore either because I can't recover from it. You know what I mean? So I noticed that like actually years ago, like I used to drink, like, I used to take shots or whatever. And I go, oh, I shouldn't do 3 shots anymore. That's like my limit. Yeah. Then it was 2, then it was 1. Then it's like, I can't do any shots anymore at all. So, and even beer, I used to love drinking beer, and I still like drinking a beer here and there, but it's not it doesn't come to my mind anymore. Yeah. Like, it's just not there. Like, I don't know what it's like. It's sort of like oatmeal. Like, I don't like oatmeal. Yeah. But I don't want to eat oatmeal. So it's almost the same. I can't describe it as oatmeal. It's just something I just lost the flavor for.
No, I think I could get that comparison though. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I get it.
People tell me you have to eat oatmeal to lower your cholesterol. Like, okay, I've tried it for years. Guess what? I don't like oatmeal. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but like I'm too old now to like try to like something that I just know I'm not going to like. Yeah. So with beer, it's like I feel the same way. Like where it's like I don't feel like I want to go drink like or have the weekend beers anymore, because it's just not something I think about. Right. Like, cause I don't think about oatmeal either. I don't think about the beer. So, so it's like, so as you get older, you get a little bit more perspective, and I was like, I need to be clear headed for the next day to work, on my photography, videos, ideas, and then just my everyday job. Right. And so I have to be clear headed with all that stuff. Yeah. So, so that's
no more crazy drinking on a Thursday night.
No, no, I can't do it. I can't recover. Yeah, especially that hard stuff.
Yeah. Well, see, I can drink something like this because I don't shoot it. I just try not to shoot.
Yeah, you're like
drinks,
I'll you're having a casual.
Yeah, yeah. After this, I might drink like 2 of these water bottles. And just kind of flush the system out. But it's a little balance thing that I do. But
yeah, I know because the way I used to drink is like, let's do shots. Yeah, let's just get all like tore up right now.
Yeah, I started doing that a while ago.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll still take a shot. Don't get me wrong. I'll still take a shot. My wife still likes to take a shot. She don't take many shots. If she ever offers me a shot, I have to take it because she doesn't drink often. Yeah, especially shots.
So you gotta celebrate that.
Yeah, dude, that's just on its own. You know? But yeah, I'm not a shot guy anymore.
Yeah, no, I gave that up a long time ago.
Speaking of shots, though, since we're on the topic, I think this whole episode is a topic of shots. But
yes,
I do remember you saying that you really want to shoot in the snow, kind of like like a bloody type of scene, you know, where I almost saw that a potential for one. I think it was like a maybe Little Red Riding Hood, like a vampire.
Yeah,
that you shot. I think
it was Mary. Like
Mary. Okay, and it was like in a forest or something like that, or a forest-like landscape. Yeah. But I was almost thinking like, damn, that could have been.
Yeah, that could have been the snow.
In the snow, that would have been dope. So, have you had that opportunity or chance to do it?
Yeah, actually, right here at Crystal Lake, it was snowing not too long ago.
Yeah,
and my friend JX Paz, that's his Instagram. Him and Mary actually shot up there.
Oh, okay.
And they did something really awesome. I go, oh man, I wish I would have done. The only thing is like I don't like driving in those I know this is weird. I don't like driving those winding roads.
Yeah. Ever or just in the snow?
Just ever.
Oh, okay.
So I would have to have somebody drive me, and then I'll go shoot over there. But I should have took advantage of that. It was just driving.
Hey man, if I'm available, I'll drive you. I'd love to go sit behind the scenes. Maybe I'm gonna take you up on that or whatever. Seriously, yeah, give me a buzz.
Yeah, because I just don't like because I hate people that are tailgating me.
Yeah,
and I don't want to go off the cliff. You know what I mean? It's like,
no. Yeah, you drive on your own pace. You get there, safe spot.
That's what I'm saying. So I asked him. I go, "How was the drive?" He goes, "It's the winding road." I go, "See, that's the thing. I can't do that." He goes, "Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Like, it's just kind of just creeps me out. You know what I mean? I just don't like to do it." So
I'm all about the windy roads, man. I love them. I take them pretty quick too, but I'll slow down for you because I know you might not like it, but. Yeah, when I go up to Crestline, it's not that windy, but when I go up to Crestline, like on the way to Lake Arrowhead, it's pretty windy. It's not crazy, maybe like that one, but I take them pretty quick, you know, as fast as for me, because I know there's people like the locals up there.
That's what I mean.
Those guys are like Fast and the Furious.
That just scares me. Like all this for
and they honk at you. You're like, hurry up, like not go around.
Just go around me, dude. Like I'm taking my time. Like I'm enjoying the sights here. You know what I mean? So yeah, I should take advantage of the snow. So I need a studio where I could just create my own snow and just do stuff in there.
There you go.
That'd be cool.
That's another good idea.
Yeah, I know it'd be a mess, but at least I'm not driving to the snow. You know what I mean? I could just do it there. But no, there's something about the snow with the trees and everything that you just have to capture. And I've yet to
natural,
do that.
like you were talking about, like it's all natural.
Yeah, and then the lighting, you probably don't need any lighting because all that lighting's coming from the snow.
Yeah.
All that white is reflecting right back to your subject. So I think that would be awesome to do something like that.
I can't wait to see something like that. Maybe that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to work on it. I don't know. I think the snow's gone now, but
yeah, we might not get any more.
Yeah.
But if we do,
next year,
2021, it's COVID still. You know, we never know what's gonna happen.
I know.
Next month.
I know. And then for right now, we're just trying to like concentrate on working on the next issue after this issue 3, getting that ready because now we're gonna have more features and more artists on that one, and so we're gonna try to get bigger names. Yeah. Actually, we want to try to get like I don't want to spoil it and say, hey, you said that you're gonna get this,
right.
But we want to try to concentrate. Eventually, our goal is to get big names on the magazines, like FX people that do makeup. People that do events, the big ones. Yeah. Maybe even some actors. So we have all these ideas that we're jotting down. It's like, okay, that's a good idea. That's a good. Let's concentrate on those things.
Yeah.
So we don't want it just to be just a magazine where it's like, oh, it's just like you didn't put any work into it. We're putting a lot of more work into these next few issues, and that's why I want to work with newer models for this year. From here on in. I do want to go back to working with the people I've worked with, but my schedule is just so difficult right now. It's like I have to weigh out the options of who's paying me for the shoots. So those always have priority.
Right.
And those are on my days off. So anything else in between, I try not to do 2 shoots in one day. As some people do it, I get really burned out. If I do that, I'm tired, you know?
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to like concentrate on the next few issues that with bigger names. So I can't wait to get started on that.
Well, there you go, man.
Yeah,
that's a lot of good stuff coming. The end game for the magazine, what's the goal with this magazine? Obviously, get more celebrities.
Get more people to read it and order it because.
Do you want to do like a massive distribution? Or it's going to be available
I think it'd be cool just to have like big sponsors that want to advertise in it because we want to get the name out there that, there's not that many horror magazines at all. I mean, there's Fangoria. There's those horror magazines, the big ones, but this one's a little different because it concentrates on one photographer's work, which is my work, and we also want to interview like the people that I've worked with, or maybe that I haven't worked with, because we want to expand it to other people that have not worked with, but that you might want to read about.
Yeah.
And I don't want it just to be online either, because it seems like that's just everybody's doing that.
Yeah.
I want something physical that you can actually read and look and feel.
Yeah.
I'm old school that way. What I mean? I would like to eventually have it in stores where it's just distributed that way. You know what I mean? Where somebody buys it up and say, hey, we're going to distribute your magazine. So, and I can continue doing the photos for it. You know what I mean? Because the whole reason it started is because I wanted my pictures in somebody else's magazine, and it was like not working out.
Yeah.
I go, why don't I just do my own thing?
That's
bold,
what I mean? Man.
Yeah.
That's bold.
You have to just do that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make my own.
If like they say, you have to create your own thing if you want to be that thing. I was like, well, why am I going to rely on you? Like, I could just do my own thing.
That's awesome.
So luckily Michelle came into the fold and really kind of like took it over.
Wait, does Michelle have any background with the magazines or publication?
She is a blogger on her website. So she talks about horror stuff all the time.
Yeah. And
she's been around for like 2 or 3 years. Sorry, Michelle, if I don't know the exact time she's been doing the blog. But she does like interviews on her blogs, and she'll talk about events.
Yeah.
And her story is really, really good too. Because she wasn't doing any of this stuff before, but she always loved it.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't until she went to Midsummer Scream a couple years ago that it opened up her eyes, where it's like, this is what I love. Yeah. I love this. It changed her life. So then she started following all the people that I know. Eventually we started following each other, and she's like, and then we met up finally at a Krampus, I think it was a Krampus run in Torrance at the Alpine Village, which is not there anymore. We finally met up. I think that was the first time we met. And then we stayed in touch ever since then. And she wanted to tag along to some shoots. She's like, can I do that? Yeah, of course. Come.
You got to hold the light though.
Yeah, I told her, I'm going to put you to work though. You know what I mean? You got to do something. So then she goes, it'd be really cool if you could do a magazine. And I just started doing a magazine. I gave up on it like 4 months ago.
Oh, really?
I started it. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Like I had all the pictures. I started doing the layout. And she goes, it's funny you asked me that, because I started doing that and then I just stopped. Like it was too much work.
Yeah.
I go, do you want to do it? Like kind of half joking, half not.
Yeah.
I go, maybe she'll say yes. And she's like, really? I would love to do it. And I go, all right, well, here, I'm going to give you the password. Here's where I left off at. And she took it over, and it was like, wow. I go, I was really impressed by her eagerness to work with it. So then we started concentrating on issue 2. And then now where she's really like elevated it to this 3rd issue. Like it looks great. I can't wait to show everybody the magazine.
Nice. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
It sounds like a perfect matchup. Like, you the artist coming in with all this material, and then she's just gonna produce it. Put it into work, and then do her thing.
Yeah, and then since she's great at interviewing, I kind of leave her to do the interviews. I did a couple in the other issues, and I still might in the future. But I think I want to leave that up to her, because it's kind of like my role is more the photographer and how I think the layout should look, and her role is basically like, I'm gonna do everything on the magazine, and then do the features, and do the articles and all that stuff. And so I think that's mainly her strong point. So I'd rather just have her just do maybe the rest of the interviews.
Yeah.
And
has she gone to any of your shoots other than that first time that
she's been to a couple? Yes.
Okay, so that's cool, because she could take advantage of that time and actually do an interview with maybe the makeup artist,
while
she's there.
We kind of did that for the Thanksgiving
Mm-hmm.
horror shoot it's in the magazine coming up. She did a little feature with people there, so she got to know some of the models that we were working with, and some of them she already knew.
Yeah,
like Rob, who does Michael Myers, he's a friend of ours. So, but she already knows him really well. So yeah, so she'll come along for that. But I think around that time it was at the height of COVID.
Oh,
so
shoot.
she can't always we were not always trying to like do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was the one time thing. I go, this is the one time thing we're gonna do. We're all gonna wear masks. And I think a couple of people even canceled on us, but it was fine because it actually worked out aesthetically to like, oh, this is actually enough people right here. So we had originally 6. I think it came down to 4, and 4 was perfect. Actually, I go, and Michael, and then the other 4, and that was perfect.
Yeah.
So it worked out.
Nice.
So yeah,
that's good. Well, dude, I'm excited for the magazine, merchandise. You got something going on, right? You said you have some.
Well, I have some ideas for later on in the year. I want to try to do like my own clothing, I guess maybe you want to call it. I have an idea for a couple of designs that I want to do.
Is this within the Rawl of the Dead like umbrella or something different?
It's not going to be called anything Rawl of the Dead. It's just going to be like a design that's made by me, and I'll probably make it available on my website. So I have a couple of designs that I'm kind of excited to like throw together and see if I can like put it out there. Something I would want to wear. So I'm like, I go, let me see if this will work. Then I still have, because I have Rawl of the Dead like shirts and stuff. But if you don't really know who I am, then it's like, well, why would you buy a shirt of like Rawl of the Dead if you don't know who it is? You know what I mean? Unless you're like a friend or a real fan. But for the most part, you think you want to buy something that looks aesthetically good. So that's what I'm trying to like. I go, let me turn this thing around and let me concentrate on something that's a design that I would want to wear. Yeah. Where it doesn't matter if it just says Raw of the Dead on it at all. It's just something different. So it has really nothing to do with my photography at all. You know what I mean? The only thing I wanted to do is maybe one of my pictures is turn it into a shirt of one of the shoots I've done. Oh, okay. And I think that would be cool. And but it has to be an original character, not like.
Well, because like of copyright and licensing, probably, right?
Well, I don't know, but I think people, if they're gonna wear like say an Exorcist shirt, like they could just buy an Exorcist shirt, not like necessarily like this is not really Linda Blair. Yeah. So I don't know if people would really wear it, unless you're just supporting that person.
I was gonna say, so unless you're supporting the artist or the model,
yes, So I think that's the thing, like. Unless it's an original cosplay, an original character, then I would probably put on a shirt. So we'll see how it goes. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on this year, and then a lot of photo shoots that are coming up the next couple of months too.
Nice, that's cool. I'm glad that you've been hustling and you're still doing your thing and thinking more outside of what else I can do, and that's awesome. That's
great. Exactly. Like I want to be able to eventually get a studio going as well as I start getting older. I want to be able to reach that goal where I could just like be my own boss and do my own thing and do the shoots in my studio, or if I need to go to a location, that's fine too. I need somewhere to put all my gear as well, because my apartment is just getting too small for everything. Like I have room for nothing anymore,
Using tripods as TV trays and
I know, like I have all these C-stands on the corner. Like it's just taking up the whole corner. All the soft boxes are in that corner. I'm like, I need like more organization in my life. So, but I think I was telling you earlier, like I set up a little home studio for myself where I do my vlogs, my tutorials, anything I want to talk about. It's just a permanent setup. So when I get home, actually what I've been doing lately, which I've never talked about, is I've been doing vlogs on my own that'll never be released. They're just
kind of like personal
diaries, and I don't get really heavy into anything heavy in it. It's mostly for me to practice talking into the camera lens.
Okay.
So somebody on YouTube said, in order for you to be better at video and talking to a video, you got to do it every day. Do it every day for a month, and I'll guarantee you're gonna be way more comfortable.
And review it, and you go over it.
And I go over it, and I go, okay, that doesn't work. I go, why am I doing that weird thing? Like, why do my eyes look like that, or whatever it is? And then I adjust, and I make it better for the next one. But most of it is just like I said, it's not going to see the light of day. It's just something like I'm putting down, and maybe in years from now, my daughter will be digging it up. Like, what are these things?
Okay, so you are saving everything, right? You're not.
I'm saving it.
Good,
yeah.
Good. Okay.
I'm saving it, and it's like I'm not really talking. I'm putting the dates on it, and so when I come home, I kind of just go ahead and turn on the camera and just say how my day was and what I'm thinking of doing, goals I'm gonna want to achieve. And so sort of something like, instead of writing it down, I'm just saying it on the camera.
Right, yeah.
And it's helping me out to just like let it out and also be better at in front of the camera as well.
That's awesome, dude, because you just said, years from now, your daughter's going to find
Somebody's going to find it.
She's going to be like, what was my dad thinking about? And then, but no, they're going to,
years from now,
they're going to make a book or a movie out of it or a TV series. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm talking about work. It's like, work sucked today. Like, that's all he's talking about. It's like, yeah, that's nothing. No, yeah. So I've been doing that I'm going to try to do 2 or 3 a week at least. I was doing one every day, but I'm also going to be taking up a lot of space on my hard drive. So I got to really be conscious of that. Like, I got to make it shorter.
Yeah. Put on the cloud.
I know. I don't know how to do that yet.
Yeah.
How do you do it on the cloud?
You just pay for it.
Oh, okay.
You just pay for it. You just pay for memory. You pay for clouds.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm paying for something, so I don't know where it's going, but I have it on 2 backup drives. So I'll be getting a new computer this year anyway. So I'm going to step up my computer game as well. So, cause like all the stuff that I edit, sometimes it's a little slow for me. And it's my Mac. It can't handle some of the programs.
It's all about that video graphic drive or whatever they called it. Yeah.
Yeah. So my daughter's boyfriend is going to make me one.
Oh, cool.
So I could do specifically of what I need as far as speed, programs that I need. Well, the Adobe I already pay for, so we just had to transfer that over to the PC versions, and so I'm excited to have that option where now I could film in 4K and not worry about the computer crashing. Or I can open up this other program, because I was opening up another program in Adobe. As soon as I open it, the computer just restarts.
Weird.
Yeah, and I have to do it 2 or 3 times. Right? Yeah. And then I found out there was a bug in it in their software, so I had to update the software. I updated and it still did it again. So I think it's just too much for the computer to handle.
Yeah, maybe.
And, I'm there all day. I mean, I could have been done with this edit, but I'm here like restarting the computer. It's going up slow, so it's really slowing me down, my workflow.
Yeah.
So I have to really like get a new computer where I can modify it the way I want it. And all those backup drives, I could do a vlog now every day if I wanted to, not worry about it. He already told me what I need, like all the space that I'm going to need. I go, so I'll wait for that. For the time being, I'll just do whatever I can on the computer I have. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be able to handle. I could do podcasts too.
There you go. That'd be nice. You get a little podcast going on with all.
I don't know if I could do it because you do a good job. So
I don't know if I do a good job, but I'm just doing it. But I think you can. Yeah, you definitely can. Because when you're passionate about certain thing, you can talk about it for hours and hours and hours. So.
Yeah, Michelle Halloween, she does a podcast as well. So she has a YouTube channel.
Let's plug her podcast. What's her podcast?
It's just Michelle Halloween on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, and Michelle follow her and. Oh yeah, you're right. Those bugs are here.
I'm tired,
dude. But she doesn't. She hasn't had me on yet. So hopefully we'll get a show going. I don't bug people to get on their shows. Yeah. Like it's like if you want me on, you can ask me and I'll go on. Yeah. But she's had some really good people on her show. Yeah. So the guy from it's called Terrifier. It came out around the same time that it came out. So it got kind of like
from a movie.
Yeah. So Terrifier is like this weird. This demented clown. I mean, he makes Pennywise look like a kindergartner. Terrifier. It's on Netflix. She had that actor on her show.
Really?
I was like, Michelle, I go, you got somebody big on there.
She's like,
she goes, I know. I was like, and she got the guy from what's the FX show called? In the Shadows or something like that. It's a vampire show, kind of like it's almost like The Office meets like the Munsters in a way.
Oh shit! Wait, is it like funny or?
It's funny. Oh, okay. And she had one of the main actors on her show from that show. I'm like,
so she's got.
I just started. What was the show called? I'm sorry, I can't remember it. But it's an FX show, and it's like I started watching. I go, oh my god, this show is hilarious. I love this show because they're like they're like goofy kind of vampire. They're trying to be like dark.
Yeah.
But then, they do the Spinal Tap thing where they can't open the coffin, like it's stuck. So Guillermo's over there trying to like open it for him. And so it's like embarrassing. He's like, is this one of the cameras? Like, yeah. And then they have demons come out and they're like, what's this? And it's a cool show. We Are in the Shadows, I think it's called.
I have to check it out.
Yeah, check it out. It's so yeah, she's had a couple of big people on her show. So I'm really proud of her. She's got good connections. So so I'm glad she's in charge of the magazine, and we're looking forward to getting like people like that, like bigger actors on the magazine. Well, I mean,
with her networking now, I'm sure it's gonna be a lot easier for her to get something like that on the show or on the magazine.
Yeah, we're definitely. She's got a lot of connections. Yeah.
There you go.
So yeah, can't wait.
Well, there you guys have it. This is Fidel. That's Raul Paredes, also known as Rawl of the Dead on Instagram and pretty much everywhere, right? Your YouTube channel is all Rawl of the Dead and all that.
I think the YouTube channel is Rawl of the Dead, but I don't know if I have enough followers to make it like your own, like YouTube/Rawl of the Dead yet. I think. Oh no,
you could do that already.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you could do that because I
tried it the other day and I couldn't figure it out.
That one was just timing. I don't think it's a number of followers. I
thought it was a number of followers.
I think it was like if you have like a certain amount of videos out and if you've been doing it for 3 months or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
I'm gonna go back to doing that. Yeah.
You could change it.
But you can find all that stuff on my website anyways. Just rawlofthedeadphotography.com.
There you go.
It's all linked up on there. All my videos on the website, and on my YouTube channel, and I'm also going to do a couple of more workshops hopefully this year as well. Even if they're virtual, I'm going to try to do something. So it's in the works. And then I'm doing one. I want to just mention the Witch's Brew. I'm doing that one, I think, in May. And the Witch's Brew is like an event that they have. They're at in Santa Ana. It's an outdoor event. Mm-hmm. So social distance. They're not going to have a lot of people like in too much of a crowd. So you got to reserve your time and you show up at that time. And then you have a certain amount of time to walk around. Yeah. So I'm vending at that one. I'm hoping to sell the magazine there as well and some of the prints, some of the newer prints of some of the new shows.
Is Witch's Brew, is that like a pop-up event and you got a lot of vendors that out? And
it's sort of like, I wouldn't say it's a pop event because she's been doing it for a couple of years now. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the and she always has a theme to it. So I did her virtual event when we were in 2020, when we had this right in the middle of the summer, we had the pandemic. And I did like a tutorial with the theme in mind. It was a Edgar Allan Poe type of theme. Mm. So we did kind of a Raven shoot. And so, yeah, she's gotten really creative on how to get her events out there. Like when everything got shut down, she found a virtual way to do it. Yeah. And she did it 3 times. And I watched it and I was like, this is really, I like the way she's doing it. Like nice. I wouldn't have thought of that, you know? Yeah. Like
some doing people just have that though, right? Like some people can just go, you're not stopping me. I'll figure out a way of doing it. And then.
Yeah. Cause some people want to, I know people want to go to events. Yeah. But we were in the middle of chaos. So so the fact that she found a way around it, I thought that was great. Yeah. And then I saw more people trying to do that, you know? And even these drive-through events, those are, we went to the Stranger Things one. That was great. Yeah. And I like that people are thinking outside the box. Like, yeah, I don't want to get out of my car either. Like, I just want to sit in my car and watch everything. And that was great. So a lot of people were very creative in 2020 in having how to do events.
I think I've heard that before. Is what 2020, obviously a lot of bad shit, no one likes it. Yeah. But it did allow us to, or force us to be more creative and think about things, Yeah. Where that creativity came out, where we were just so stuck into doing the same shit over and over. Yeah. And now we actually have to like, hey, I have the kids doing paper, drawings and stuff like that, which before it was video games, whatever. And now it's like out there playing sports a lot more and,
Yeah. I think it's a different way of thinking.
Forced us to do, do that kind of stuff, which is cool.
Yeah, so that's why I'm trying to think of a good way to do the workshop where I can make it virtual. Mm-hmm. And eventually, I know you need to have a hands-on, like, how do I do that? Like, how I can ask you a question, but I want to be able to do it where you can still ask me a question online, and I'll answer it. And so I want to do a good theme, a good horror theme, where like everything. I'll bring everything. I'll bring gels. I'll bring smoke, and we can go over how we're gonna do this shoot. Yeah. So that's something I want to work on as well by the summer.
Nice.
So yeah.
Well, there you have it. A lot going on for Rawl of the Dead 2021.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again, by the way.
Oh no, dude! Thanks for coming on. We'll have another one. Maybe sooner than a year, but we'll do something.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe I went by so quick. So
yeah,
it was cool to come on again.
There you go. We just tapped into it. Check it out. Raw of the Dead. I'll put all his information on the show notes, and that's it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Fidel.
See you guys.
Salud. Yeah. Hosted by Fidel. Tell it like it is, only tell it real. Live every Tuesday, you know the deal. We talking again. You now tuned in to the tap in. You now tuned in to the tap in. You now tuned in to the tap in. We talking again. Come on. We're live.